the work of fine art, so defined, is almost always an abstraction from the actual object, which has many non-aesthetic functions and values. To separate the aesthetic element, abstract and dependent as it often is an artifice in which is more misleading than helpful, for neither in the history of art nor in a rational estimate of its own value can the aesthetic function of things be divorced from the practical and moral. What had to be done was, by imaginative races, done imaginatively. What had to be spoken or made was spoken or made fitly, lovingly, beautifully. Or, to take the matter up on its psychological side, the ceaseless experimentation and ferment of ideas in breeding what it had a propensity to breed came sometimes on figments that gave it delightful pause. These beauties were the first knowledges, and these arrests the first hints of real and useful things. The rose's grace could more easily be plucked from its petals than the beauty of art from its subject, occasion, and use. An aesthetic fragrance indeed, all things may have, if in soliciting man's senses or reason they can awaken its imagination as well. But this middle zone is so mixed and nebulous, and its limits are so vague, that it cannot be treated in theory otherwise than as it exists in fact. As a phase of man's sympathy with the world he moves in. If art is that element in the life of reason which consists in modifying its environment the better to attain its end, art may be expected to subvert all parts of the human ideal, to increase man's comfort, knowledge, and delight. And as nature, in her measure, is wont to satisfy these interests together, so art, in seeking to increase that satisfaction, will work simultaneously in every ideal direction. Nor will any of these directions be on the whole good or attempt a well-trained will, if it leads to estrangement from all other interests. The aesthetic good will be accordingly hatched in the same nest as the others, and incapable of flying far into the air. Now art, more than any other considerable pursuit, more even than speculation, is abstract and inconsequential. Born of suspended attention, it ends in itself. It encourages sensuous abstraction, and nothing concerns it less than to influence the world. Nor does it really do so in a notable degree. Social changes do not reach artistic expression until after their momentum is acquired and their other collateral effects are fully predetermined. Scarcely is a school of art established, giving expression to prevailing sentiment, when this sentiment changes and makes that style seem empty and ridiculous. The expression has little or no power to maintain the movement it registers, as a waterfall has little or no power to bring more water down. Currents may indeed cut deep channels, but they cannot feed their own springs, at least not until the whole revolution of nature is taken into account. In the individual, also, art registers passions without stimulating them. On the contrary, in stopping to depict them, it steals away their life. And whatever interests and delights it transfers to their expression, it subtracts from their vital energy. This appears unmistakably in erotic and in religious art, though the artist's avowed purpose here would be to arouse a practical impulse. He fails in so far as he is an artist in truth, for he then will seek to move the given passions only through beauty. But beauty is a rival object of passion in itself. Lascivious and pious works, when beauty has touched them, cease to give out what is a willful and disquieting inner subject, and become altogether intellectual and sublime. There is a high breathlessness about beauty that cancels lust and superstition. The artist, in taking the latter for his theme, renders them innocent and interesting.
Welcome. We are now starting the auction portion of this dance. Here you can see we have an original piece of work by a world-class artist. I'm sure we don't need to mention their name. We'll go ahead and start the bidding at $10,000. All right, $9,000. All right, I can see, the economy's hitting art dealers a little hard. Let's go ahead to $5,000. Well, let me tell you a little bit about this work. Oh, it is a landscape. And it's been displayed in places such as the Smithsonian. It's been on tasteful objects such as umbrella racks and stationery you might admire in Oz. What else can I tell you about? of $1,500. Well, we did buy the frame for $19.79. It would be a lovely Mother's Day present. Inlay gold. I mean, you don't pay gold, but any takers on this lovely frame? Well, it's still worth something.